everyone. So I do a review of the Reading Six Study Questions, text from Thomas Aquinas on law. Number one, how is the natural law defined on page 2? The idea is that natural law is the human capacity to actually participate in eternal law being more or less the mind of God, what God intends for the whole universe, and natural law is basically our rationality, or as rational creatures, our ability to see as much as we can of eternal law. So the idea again being that eternal law would be something that would be beyond us because God is beyond us. Right? The idea that God as an infinite, perfect being transcends the capacity of a human being to fully comprehend it, because humans are finite and imperfect. So natural law is our partial insight into God's truth, you might say, which sort of plays out as our rational capacity to see certain basic moral truths, which provide a foundation for everything else. And that is the idea of the second question: what is the relation between human law and natural law? Human law is just the laws that people make, and the idea is that they are based upon natural law. That is, human laws are specifications for specific situations of natural law, which is the basic principles of justice, good, decency, and everything else, but that they need to be applied in specific situations. So there can't be anything wrong with the natural law, because if it is natural law, it's a reflection of God's truth, you might say. Whereas human laws can definitely go wrong because they can be mistaken applications, misguided applications of the natural law. Number 3 is obviously an open-ended question. Do you believe that there is something like eternal law? Why or why not? I guess it's such an important question because it sort of tells us what sort of world we think we live in. If we think we live in a world where it's a created world and God has, provided a moral foundation for human beings, then we live in one sort of world. If we don't believe in that, if we believe that values and what is lawful or what is good, what is just, is a contentious thing between human beings, which may or may not have a right answer, then we live in a different world. No right or wrong answer there, but I think it's definitely an important question for each of us to think about.